Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know it's really unusual for me to be doing a sit-down face-to-face video with y'all, but today's video is pretty unusual. Instead of doing a plan with me or a haul or something, I'm actually going to be showing you start to finish how I make my planner stickers. I get a lot of questions about what software I use, how long does it take to make planner stickers, how did I figure out how to make planner stickers, so I thought it'd be fun to do a video on the whole entire process and show you everything. This will also be a good video if you've never made stickers before but want to do it yourself. I'm going to try and go really in depth and show you all the software and products I use to make them so you can make them yourself. I did do a little Q&A on my Instagram stories a couple days ago asking for questions that y'all might have about the process. I will answer all those at the end of the video. I'm also going to talk about more specific product recommendations for printers and sticker paper and stuff like that at the end of the video. So I'll try to put links for the timestamps in the description if you just want to skip over to that. And the last thing I wanted to mention before we get into the video is the products I'm using that are pretty much essential to my business. The first one is an iPad Pro. I use a 2017, I think it is, iPad Pro, and on that I use the app. I use an iPad Pro to draw all my stickers with an Apple Pencil, and I use the app Procreate for drawing. It's fantastic. It's not free. I think it costs $10, but it's a one-time purchase, and it is amazing for drawing digital products or products that you want to turn into physical products. I highly recommend this app. I'll talk about it more when we get there. But I do use an iPad Pro with an Apple Pencil and the app Procreate. I also use Silhouette Portraits to cut my stickers. There's a lot of different cutting machines out there. You can get Cricuts or like a Brother Print and Scan or whatever you want. I've always used Silhouette Portraits, so I can't advise on buying other ones, but I can give you as much help and feedback and tips as I can on how to use a Silhouette Portrait. And I will have links down below where you can purchase these items if you're interested. That way you don't have to hunt around for them by yourself. I think that's all for the intro to this video, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright y'all, so the first step with the whole sticker making process is of course to draw the sticker. Again, this is my iPad Pro, this is my Apple Pencil. This did not come with my iPad Pro. I had to buy it separately. I'm not sure if that's the same now because I did buy this several years ago, but the first thing we're going to do is just open up the iPad. Alright, and I have Procreate right here on my homepage. As you can see, I don't have much else on here because I don't use this for anything but work really. So I'm going to go ahead and open Procreate, and I already have a bunch of designs. I'm not going to go into how to specifically draw on Procreate right now. If you want, I can do a Procreate tutorial later on. But yeah, this app has tons of cool features, and that's how I draw all my stickers. So the sheet of stickers I'm going to be showing you how to make today is this one, this little camera Winston that I drew. So there's 3 separate stickers on this sheet. So this is the canvas that I use. The size doesn't really matter that much. Of course, you want it to be fairly large so that you don't have to blow your sticker up and ruin the quality. So keep that in mind, just make your canvas fairly large. I think they have a standard size on Procreate you can use that's pretty big. So once you have your design made, of course, you need to transfer it to our computer to work with it. So because I have a MacBook, I'm just gonna airdrop my design over to my computer. So I'm going to go up here to the wrench, hit share. I always share as a JPEG, export that, and then drop it over to my MacBook. And since it's already sent over, I will see you over there. I'm going to record my screen and talk to y'all while I do everything over there. So catch you on that side. Alright y'all, so I am recording on my computer screen now, and I have already opened up Silhouette Studio. I totally forgot to mention this in the intro, but I do use Silhouette Studio to cut out my stickers. This is a free program that you can download from silhouetteamerica.com. I will put the link in the description bar below. And this is just the software that goes with my portrait. As far as I know, you cannot cut stickers on silhouettes outside of this software, so keep that in mind if you are purchasing a Silhouette portrait or Cameo. Alright, so we've airdropped our design over. It's right here in my downloads. And what I'm going to do is go up here to library. And then, of course, you can see I have a lot of artwork already in here. But I'm going to drag in my new artwork. And there he is right there. What I'm going to do is just right-click on him and merge him into my file I already have open. By the way, I'm sorry if you can hear my mouse clicks. I prefer to use a mouse when I'm designing. It's just a lot easier than the trackpad. So as you can see, this came in really large because I have a large file on Procreate, but that's okay. We're just going to shrink it down really quick. So click the image, go up here where you see width right here and height, and you want to click this lock. This is locking your aspect ratio. This means that your picture will stay in proportion as you edit it. So if I did not lock this and I wanted to change the height to say 11 inches, hit enter, it's 11 inches, but it did not keep the aspect, so now it's really weird looking. So we're gonna undo those two changes. Gonna lock in the aspect, and now we're gonna change the size. I'm gonna make it pretty small because I want my Winston's fairly small. So there he is right there. If you pull him over here, you can see how tiny he is. And I'm gonna put these on my standard Winston sheets. So I should have done this beforehand, but to get one, I'm just gonna type in a Winston. This is the first Winston that came to mind for some reason. And I'm gonna go ahead and merge in this sheet of Winston's because I do use a set sheet size. And I also have my logo and everything. I'm deleting the old Winston's and also deleting the SKU because obviously this is not going to be the same SKU. If you have not made a sheet size before, go over here to drawing tools and you can pick any shape you want. You're probably going to want a rectangle. Click on that, draw your rectangle. And since it's already selected, you can resize it up here. And this is how you'll make your sheet size. We'll go into the line colors and everything later, but for now you can just make your sheet and put stickers in it, and we'll worry about the line colors in a bit. So I already have my sheet size made. I'm going to select everything and then hit Command G to group it into one. It just makes it one thing so I can move it around with ease and I don't have to move everything separately. The group key or group button is up here on the toolbar if you want to use it that way. So now that we have that done, what we're going to do is trace and detach our Winston's or whatever clip art you brought in. If you purchase clip art, you're not going to have this problem with the background being on here probably, but if you ever find it, this is how you get around it. You can import this as a PNG but with a transparent background, but you're still going to have to trace it anyway, so I just trace it like this. So go over here to your sidebar and hit this little, I don't even know what it's supposed to be, but it's open the trace panel. Select trace area and select the stickers that you want to cut out of the white background. As you can see, it automatically makes them kind of yellow looking. That's going to be what it's cutting out. So we want it to cut out everything. It's got some gaps in it. Let me zoom in. As you can see, there's some gaps in Winston. We don't want that. We want all of Winston cut out. So we're going to go over here to threshold, select that, and put it up pretty high. I usually put it around 98. And as you can see, that takes care of all the gaps and gets rid of them. So now everything will be cut out. This little part in the camera is a highlight I put in white, so it's not gonna cut that out, but it's not gonna be a problem, you'll see. So once your sticker is all yellow, hit trace and detach. And it looks like it didn't do anything, but it did. So click the white space around the sticker and then hit delete. And ta-da, your stickers are cut out. It's just the sticker now. So one thing you gotta be careful of is if you have something like this, where you have add-ons to the sticker, it's gonna be loose. So you can see it's all separately selected, and if I was to go in and try to move this, it moves separately from the actual Winston. I don't want that, so I'm gonna group it together again. And now we have one big sticker. All right, so now we're ready to size them properly. Most Winstons in my shop are about a 1/2 inch to, I don't know, 3/10 of an inch, or 3/5 of an inch tall. I'm probably gonna make these about that high. Let's see which I like better. Again, I'm just using the sizing bar up here. I think I actually like the slightly smaller one a bit more. So we're gonna make these a little tinier. Again, make sure your aspect ratio is locked. Put those in. Then we have our camera stickers. This looks a little bit too small to me, so I'm gonna increase the size up here a little bit more. That looks good. Okay, so now we're gonna actually trace out our stickers so the silhouette knows where to cut. Because on silhouette, it has to have a cut line, and the cut line is just the line of specific color that the machine will read and cut. So on mine, I have it set to cut red lines. As you can see, my logo here is cut out or is outlined with a red line. The line color is arbitrary. You can pick any color you want to make your cut lines. I just always use red. I think that's the standard on Silhouette, so it's easiest for me that way. The easiest way I found to create cut lines around stickers is just to select the stickers that you want cut lines around, go over to Offset, which is this little button right here, the two stars, click that, and then hit Offset. It's going to give you an automatic offset that's really big. I don't want this big of an offset on my stickers, so I'm going to change the distance. I usually do around 0.03. That gives me enough white space. I just think it looks nice this way. You can do more or less based on your preference. All right, so we have our cut line offsets. This is where the Silhouette is going to cut our stickers out. But of course, it's now two separate pieces. These are not yet grouped together, so we want to group those. Again, Command G to connect everything together. And then we want to fill the whole sheet with stickers. So what I'm going to do is select everything, go over here to these like rectangles and lines. This is your transform panel. I'm going to line them all up to the left. And then what I'm going to do is go down here to this little like ovals thing. This is a replicate panel, and duplicate it to the right as many times as I think will fit on the page. I don't want it to be too cluttered, but I also don't want it to be like empty. So that looks good to me. I'm going to drag these over to the right as far over as I want them to fill the sheet. Then I'm going to select the Winstons that I want to line up together. By the way, if you're ever selecting and you don't want to select something, like I obviously don't want the cut line of the box selected, hit Shift and then click and it'll take it away. So I have all these selected. I want them to be lined up in a nice neat line. So I'm going to go back to my transform panel and hit the vertical align top button. And now to get them evenly spaced one from another, I'm going to hit the horizontal space button and it will do it for me. So that's done. And I will group that into one row. You'll see why in a minute. And now we'll do the same thing with the other sets of stickers. So vertical align and then horizontal space and then group. And one more time for the cameras. Okay, and now of course we have extra space. We can probably do another, okay, this happens sometimes too, where it won't let you select something that you're panning over. Just keep trying it. If it really won't let you grab it, then click the thing, whatever it is, copy and paste the version, and then you can play with this one. You don't need the other one anymore, so you can delete that one. I don't know why that glitch happened. It's always happened. They never fix it, even though I've reported to them like a million times. So yeah, just ignore that. Anyway, go ahead and select everything you want to copy and then copy paste it back onto your sheet. And I think we're actually going to have to leave off a row of cameras, but it's okay. So delete that extra row of cameras. I'm going to position my Winstons where I want them to go. Deselect my border and then line them up to the left. And then now I'm going to space them vertically so there will be even distance between each sticker, line of stickers. And there we have it, a whole sheet of Winstons ready to go. So now I am going to group this whole sheet together. That way when I open it again, I don't have to worry about everything moving individually. So I'm just going to select everything and then I'll group it up here to show you. Why is that selected? So group it, and I'm going to show you how to group it up here now. Just click this button right here and it'll group everything right away. Okay, so now we have our Winston sheet and we can print and cut our Winston sheet. To print and cut on a silhouette, or to cut on a silhouette, you have to have registration marks. Registration marks tells your silhouette where to read to cut. It's basically like the eyes of your silhouette. So to set up registration marks, go to the page setup panel. It's the first button right here. And then flip to this right here. This is registration marks. Click that and hit registration marks on. And now you have registration marks. You're going to want to make sure you have your correct machine selected. I have a portrait, so I have portrait selected on machine and cutting mat. This is the registration marks for the portrait. If you have a cameo, they'll look different. If you have a curio, I think it's called, it's going to look different as well. So just keep that in mind and make sure you select the correct ones. Now we can select our sheet, and I put 4 of these on a sheet. The silhouette instruction manual tells you not to put anything in these like gridded corners. I always do, and that's really all I have to say about that, personally. Now, when you are lining up things to put on your sheet to print, it's very important that you do not put anything on top of or outside of the registration marks. It will not cut properly if you do this. So stay inside of the registration marks no matter what. If you have to leave some stickers off, it's much, much better to actually be able to cut less stickers than to try and cram the sheet full of stickers and nothing gets cut. So I'm going to line up my sheets as I want them. And there we have it. So 4 Winston sheets. Now we have to send it to be printed. So hit your little printer icon up here in the toolbar at the top. And I'm sending this to an Epson today. So pick your printer that you want to use. Of course, make sure, well, if you want it in black and white, make it black and white and then change your copies. This is a very important step. You must remember this step. If you use different types of sticker paper, for instance, I use standard matte and I also use glossy in my shop, then you're going to want to make sure you always select the right paper. So today I'm just using normal standard matte, so I can use auto select and it'll print okay. But if I was using glossy, I would need to choose photo glossy. This is because different papers require different printing settings. If you print glossy on standard paper settings, the ink will just wipe off of the paper. So you need to be very careful and always make sure you select the right paper type. Again, I'm just using standard matte today, so we're just going to use auto select. And of course, I want best quality because I want you to have the prettiest stickers possible. And now we just print it and send it over to our printer. Alright, y'all, my sticker sheet is printed. This is how it came out. They're super cute. I've never made these Winstons before, so I'm absolutely in love. And now I'm going to show you how to cut them out. Alright, so in order to cut your stickers, you're going to need a silhouette cutting mat and also a blade. If I remember correctly, these come with your silhouette like in the box for when you buy one, so you should not need to buy one if you already have a portrait, unless you're buying it like secondhand or something. Then definitely make sure you get one of these. You can get these at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, or you can order them online. So I'm using a new mat today because new mats can be kind of tricky. So I'm going to open this up and show you what I mean. So the reason new mats are difficult to work with is because they're extremely sticky. You can see it has this blue cover on it to protect the tack to keep it sticky. Sticker paper is a pretty delicate material, so this is so adhesive that it can actually rip your sticker paper. To make it a little bit less sticky, what I do is just rub this over it a couple times and pull it up to take off some of the very, very, very stickiness because it will rip sticker paper. By the way, if your sticker mat ever gets dirty, because it definitely will collect dust and paper particles, just wash it with soap and water and that will help it regain some tack. Of course, after you do that a few times, it will lose its tack completely. At that point, I just keep washing them and I adhere the sticker sheet with washi tape because I have plenty of washi tape. And the mat itself is not damaged, it just lost its tack. You can also buy the spray glue to make these tacky again, so that's just a couple of tips for you. Anyway, we have our new mat. It's really sticky. Like, I wish I could explain to you how sticky it is, but anyway, we're going to take our sticker sheet and we are going to line it up on the mat. You can use either side because it has arrows on both sides. I prefer to use this one because it has the marks for 8.5 by 11 paper. And what you want to do is take the registration mark with the square. That needs to go in your top left corner. Put that in the top left corner. Line it up very carefully with the line and give it a little press to make sure it's adhered. You don't need to like jam down on it, but just press it down neatly. And your sheet is ready to feed into the cutter. So now we'll get into that. Okay, so I have my silhouette positioned as best as I know how to show you. It is a little dusty. I've tried to clean it so many times. You can use like hand air or go in with like a Q-tip and clean it. But because you're cutting paper, there's gonna be so much paper dust all the time. It's gonna be fairly dusty, just a warning. I already have my blade in the machine. If you've never done that before, take your blade, drop it into the slot. Make sure you have the little like tail right here lined up with the gap. Push it down, twist it to the right, and it'll be secured in there for you. Okay, now we need to load our mat. So it's lined up like this. The left-hand corner with the square needs to go forward into the machine. And you see this leftmost line right here? If you're cutting an 8.5 by 11 inch sheet, that's where you're gonna line up the mat. So the left edge of the mat lines up with that left line, and then you are going to, all right, now you're gonna hit the top button right here, which is load mat. And that will load your mat in. And now we can send it to cut. Of course, you're gonna send it to cut from your computer. Alrighty, y'all, once you have your sheet printed, it's time to worry about getting it cut. This part isn't too hard to do, so what you want to do is go over to Send up in the top right corner, click that, and then I cut my stickers by line. You can cut them by layer and fill. I cut mine by line, so we're gonna click line. And here's where you need to start thinking about line colors. So again, the standard line color is red. This is going to be your basic cut line. This is the cut line for all my stickers. They all cut at the same depth of the paper. Because obviously you can cut thicker or thinner, or you can go over it multiple times, things like that. So the line color is what's going to tell your machine how many times to cut, or how thick to cut, how fast to cut, all that information. So with mine, I use a red line to do all my normal stickers and a blue line to cut out my sticker sheets. So there are different settings for these lines. I am going to give you my settings for the blade depth and speed and everything, but I'm going to go ahead and warn you, every silhouette is different. I have multiple silhouettes and they cut differently from one another, so I have to change the settings. So just play around with it until you figure out what works for you. But the first thing I'm going to do is select the red and actually move it to the top. That's because I want the stickers to cut out before the sheets. So this is at the top now, and the order of the colors is the order in which they will cut, FYI. So red at the top means red will cut first, blue at the bottom means blue will cut last. So now we can select the red lines, and of course on the left-hand side of the screen you see all the red lines, so where it's going to cut. And then we go down here. You want to make sure that you have your ratchet blade selected as your tool, and it's going to be cutting. For the material here, you can use these settings. I find they don't work great for me. You can also add new material type if you want to save your settings. I recommend doing that once you figure out what works for you, but we're not going to do that today. Okay, so down here, force, speed, and this is your blade level. I'm also not sure what this is called, but this is your ratchet blade level. I don't mess with this ever, so I'm going to skip that. And we're going to go over to force and speed. So for me personally, for force, for cutting out my sticker sheets, I make it 10. And speed, I also do 10. 10 is the fastest it can possibly go. Some people say not to do that because it messes up the quality of the stickers. I've never noticed a problem with it personally, but again, every silhouette is different, so just check that before you start cutting millions of sticker sheets. Okay, so those are the settings for the stickers, 10, 10. Then we'll go to blue. This is for the actual sticker sheets. I want the stickers kiss cut, which means they peel off the backing. I want the sticker sheets cut out, which means they will go through the backing. Well, actually, I don't want them cut all the way out. I just have them basically scored, and then I cut them out with scissors later. That's my method. So to score my sheets, 20 is probably good enough because I'm using a new mat today. I'll talk about that in a minute. And speed, again, I put it as high as it will go to 10. So once that is done, you may have more colors depending on how many stickers you are working with. Just keep that in mind that you do all of them before you send it to be cut. Once that's done, now we can get to work with attaching our machine. It's really simple. Just plug your silhouette cord into your computer. Silhouette portraits have to be connected. Silhouette cameos can work with Bluetooth, so if you're using a cameo, you don't need to do the plugging in, but once it's plugged in and turned on, you will see it become available right here. Okay, so I just turned on the silhouette I want to use, and it did not become available. As you can see, that's because right here, it says it's like a silhouette picture, and there's two. I have multiple silhouettes. I have two plugged in, and one is on, but it's not registering that one as my main device. So click this, and then you'll see right here, this one says available, this one says unavailable. Click the one that says available. It's gonna sync itself, and then it will be ready to cut in a second here. There we go. So if you're using multiple silhouettes and it's not like showing it's available, that's what's going on. You just need to go down here and tell it to cut on the other silhouette. And so now that you have all your settings set, you are ready to cut. So now you just need to hit send to silhouette and it will start cutting for you. Alrighty, y'all, our sheet has finished cutting. The cut time is going to vary based on how detailed your stickers are and how many you're cutting, but mine is done, and what we need to do is release the sheet. So push this bottom button, and that's it. We don't need our silhouette anymore, so we can turn him off and set him out of the way. And now our stickers are stuck to the mat. Again, new mats are notorious for being extremely sticky. The best way to take stickers off of a new mat is to flip it over, peel up a corner like this, and very carefully and slowly pull the mat back while holding to the sticker sheet. Keep the sticker sheet as flat as you possibly can. Never ever just rip it off really fast. It's going to rip up your sticker sheet and leave a lot of residue on your mat. So pull it off very, very carefully. Oopsie. Even I have trouble with this. Pull it off as carefully as you can. Don't worry about bending the mat. It's not going to get hurt. It'll be fine. So pull it off. Perfect. Okay. And now we have our sheet of stickers. The end curl up because of the edge of the mat, but these are really nice and I'm super happy. Like I said, I just score my edges of the sheets and I cut them out myself with scissors. So I'm going to do that now and then we'll take a look at our sticker sheets. Alright, so I've got my sticker sheets trimmed up. If you're doing a bunch at once, I would recommend getting a paper trimmer, but I'm not going to drag one out for this little video. And here we can take a look at our sticker sheets. So as you can see, they're cut exactly where the computer told them to cut, where I had the red lines. If it did not cut properly, there's a lot of things you can do to troubleshoot. Maybe I'll do a different video on that if you're interested, but this is the best case scenario. Go ahead and peel one for y'all. You can see it cut the sticker but did not go through the back, which is what we want with a Kiss Cut sticker. So these are ready to go into my stock files and be sent out to y'all. Okay, so now that you've seen the process of how I make stickers, you might have some questions for yourself or about what I do, so I'm going to answer them. I have the Q&A questions from Instagram written down here. The first one I got asked about most often was sticker paper. So what's the cheapest sticker paper? Where can you buy sticker paper? What sticker paper do I use? What's the most popular sticker paper? All that. So I'm going to try and answer all those questions. As for where you can buy sticker paper, you can get it at your local Office Depot or Staples. Any place like that will carry sticker paper. It might be being sold as either sticker photo paper or as full sheet shipping labels. So you might have to kind of hunt around to find sticker paper, because people who are selling this, they probably don't know about the planner community and how people are using these full sheet shipping labels to print stickers on. You can also, of course, buy sticker paper online. You can probably get it off Amazon. In fact, I know you can get DigiOrange sticker paper on Amazon for $12 or $15 for 100 sheets. DigiOrange is probably, in fact, it is the cheapest sticker paper I know of. It's great for starting off making stickers if you're not sure how to make them or if you're going to continue making them, because you will make a lot of mistakes in the beginning. It's just the nature of the game. You have to learn how to do this. So if you don't want to spend a ton of money on sticker paper right from the get-go, I recommend DigiOrange. Like I said, you can get it on Amazon. I think I said this already, but I will put links down below for where you can get all these products so you don't have to hunt around, because it took me so long when I was learning how to make stickers to find everything I needed. I had to hunt and hunt and hunt, because back when I was starting to make stickers, it was a lot more rare and people were very, very secretive about where to get their products from. It was a whole like grandma's secret recipe thing, which I get, don't get me wrong. Obviously, I didn't share every single thing I do with my stickers, but I think it's important for us to share because this community is really loving and so wholesome, and I really want to help y'all and make y'all's life a little bit easier if I can. So yeah, DigiOrange on Amazon is probably the cheapest sticker paper. You can also buy from they're label companies. So Sheet Labels is a great one. They have a lot of different types of sticker paper. Online labels, you can buy sticker paper from there. Those are the two that I think are the most popular. If you just look up full sheet shipping label or photo sticker paper, you will get a lot of results, and you can kind of hunt around and try to find what you want to fit your needs. There are a lot of different types of sticker paper, but don't get overwhelmed because you can narrow it down very fast. There's essentially 3 types of sticker paper. There's standard matte, there's 4. Okay, there's 4. There's standard matte, removable matte, premium matte, and glossy. Of course, we also have like translucent sticker paper and things like that, but I'm gonna stick with the just standard white paper that most people print stickers on. So standard matte is exactly what it sounds like. It's just a standard matte sticker paper. I use standard matte in my shop. My customers prefer that. I've tried to switch, but we always come back to standard matte. So it's really great for a lot of reasons. The first one is that it takes all types of pens, which is just amazing. So if you want to use a gel pen, a ballpoint pen, a Sharpie pen, it will all take on standard matte. It also has a really good adhesive. It's not too strong, but it's also not too weak. So those are the 2 biggest selling points I can think of for standard matte paper. It's also mid-range. It's not cheap, but it's not expensive either. So it's another good option if you're just starting out and you're not sure if you're going to do this forever. Removable matte paper is a little bit cheaper. Along with that, the quality on removable matte paper I find is a little bit worse, but the bonus of removable matte is that it is removable, so you can peel it up and move it. I really like removable matte personally. I don't use it in my shop because, like I said, my customers prefer standard matte, but often if I'm buying stickers from another shop and they have a removable option, I will purchase that because it's just so much easier to be able to move your stickers around. Premium matte is the buttery unicorn paper that you hear about. I was trying to think of the other names for it, but buttery and unicorn are the 2 most popular, I think. It tends to be thicker. It also tends to be extremely adhesive because it's usually sold as premium photo paper. So it's meant to like really stick and adhere, or it's also waterproof label paper. I think that's what it's called on online labels, is waterproof label paper. So you might have to type that in if you're looking for it and you can't find unicorn sticker paper. So the print quality is usually really high, which is good. The price is also higher to match that. And the adhesive is extremely sticky. That's why I don't like it personally, because it's really, really hard to move it, or if I'm sure you've noticed if you ever like peel something up and it kind of flies out of your hand and sticks to the page. If it's permanent waterproof or buttery matte sticker paper, it's gonna get stuck and ruin your page. So I'm not a huge fan of it for that reason. Also with premium matte paper, pens, not all pens write on it, especially gel pens, which I love. They really have a hard time writing, so that's another drawback of waterproof or unicorn premium matte paper. But again, the print quality is great, which I think is why most people like it, and it does feel really soft in your planner. And then the last sticker paper I wanted to mention was glossy sticker paper. This is the sticker paper that like Scribble Prints Co. uses. It's just glossy photo sticker paper. It's really nice. The quality is really good. It's not quite as sticky as premium matte paper, which is nice, but it does have the same problem with pens. You basically have to use a Sharpie pen or a very quick drying gel pen or a ballpoint pen on those stickers. It is more expensive as well than say standard or removable matte, so keep that in mind. But those are your 4 basic sticker options and some locations where you can purchase it. The next question was printers. Printers is a funny topic because I'll go ahead and tell you right now, your printer doesn't matter much. It hardly matters at all. What matters is the quality of your sticker paper. If you're using very inexpensive, low quality sticker paper, the quality of the image will be poor, and that's what's going to make your sticker look bad. It doesn't really have to do with your printer so much. And I say this because I've used several printers to print planner stickers. The first printer I ever used to make stickers was a $50 printer I bought in college because I just needed a printer and it was really cheap, so I bought that one. I used that printer for several years to print planner stickers, and the quality was fantastic because I used a higher quality sticker paper. They do, of course, make photo printers and, printers that can do more DPI and stuff like that, and those will give you a better quality, but I'm telling you right now, with an inexpensive printer and decent sticker paper, you can make great stickers at home. I have upgraded my printer since, I've upgraded my printers multiple times since I originally had that $50 printer, but I only did it to save money on ink because as someone who prints thousands of sheets a month, ink becomes pricey. But if you're printing at home just for yourself, you don't need to go out and buy, a super expensive Canon printer or anything like that. They're nice printers and they will make you nicer stickers to a degree, but it is not a necessity. I would much rather suggest getting higher quality sticker paper to improve your print quality and sticker quality than going and getting an expensive printer. Okay, I had some questions about troubleshooting with silhouettes. Honestly, troubleshooting on these is really difficult because there are so many problems. I don't mean to say that in like a rude way, but or to like make you, have a negative attitude about using this machine. It's just there are a lot of things that can go wrong. The biggest tip I can give you about how to avoid having problems is to never use the newest version of Silhouette Studio. Never ever, okay? Don't do it because it is going to be riddled with glitches and bugs. Trust me on this. I used to, every time they would release a new version of Silhouette Studio, I would go download it right away to see the new features. No, don't do that. It will be so bug ridden you will not be able to do any work. There's been times where I download the software and it won't let me print. It will not let me print anything. It'll just crash on me and I have to just fight with it and it's a mess. So I highly recommend using a legacy version. I usually go about 3 versions back. So it will be a newer version, but it will not be the newest version. That is totally okay. Your printer and your printing and stickers will be fine. You won't miss any of the like brand new features. Once they fix the new version, you can get that and then they'll move on to the next newest version. You can avoid that one for a while and then come back. So that is my biggest tip for how to avoid issues with silhouettes, is to just not use the new versions. Another tip I have is dealing with your packet size, which is how much information is being sent from your computer to your printer at a time. If you ever get that issue where your sticker sheet is cut, like your silhouette's finished cutting the whole sheet, and then your blade drags across on the way back and cuts a diagonal line through the sticker sheet and ruins the whole sheet, that is caused by the packet size being too large. And I'll insert a clip right here of how to change your packet size. As for other troubleshooting, if you have any specific questions about silhouette problems, comment below and I'll try to answer and maybe film a video on how to fix it. I've been using a silhouette for 7 years now, so I've encountered basically every problem that could possibly happen, and I've fixed almost all of them as well, so I would love to help you with those problems. I also got asked where I buy my clip art or my digital papers or things, because for my kits I don't typically draw the art. I usually buy it from other artists. There's tons of places you can buy art. You can obviously buy art on Etsy. You just need to type in whatever clip art, like winter clip art if you want some like snowmen and stuff, or summer clip art if you want some beach balls and stuff like that. You can shop on Etsy. You can also use Creative Market. I think that one's pretty popular as well. Creative Market's really great for fonts in my opinion. I prefer the art on Etsy. I just personally myself have a couple of favorite artists and they only sell on Etsy, so I buy from them. You can also go on Instagram and type in hashtag digital artist or digital artwork, and lots of people will come up, and you can shop off their websites, which is really great. You can support them directly as opposed to having to support them through a platform. If you can ever support an artist directly through their own website, please do it, because it's just so much better for the artist. I really recommend you do that. Those are the 3 main ways that I find art for myself, and yeah, there's plenty of art out there. I'm sure if you go on Pinterest and type in the same thing, digital papers, digital scrapbook paper is, by the way, what you're looking for. Digital scrapbook paper and digital clip art. So yeah, I'm pretty sure on any website you can find digital artists and things like that. I did get some questions that unfortunately I can't really answer. People asked me to compare different drawing tablets. I cannot because I've only ever used my iPad Pro. So I cannot tell you which one it would be the best. And like I said, I got questions about how to use a Cricut to make planner stickers. I have no idea because I don't have a Cricut. I'm really sorry that I cannot advise you on how to do that. I should also point out at this point that I'm not an expert on anything. I'm not a computer expert. I'm not a silhouette expert. I'm not technologically inclined at all. So I say that as a good thing because anybody, if I can do it, anybody can do this. So even if you don't know everything about drawing tablets or sticker paper, trust me, you can do this. Anyone can make stickers. All right, y'all, I think that is everything I have to share with you today. I hope this video was very informative and helpful. If there's something I didn't cover that you're curious about, please comment below and let me know what you think. And I wish you lots of luck in your sticker making journey. Thank you so much for watching this video and supporting my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!